let's let's get it rolling though. This is episode 44 of Constant Elevation. This is our monthly build. The legendary co-host, Brother Jay, X Clan, Blackwatch, Flatbush, Brooklyn. My name is Tamal. It's like Jamal with a T. I got it on my shirt. Big up to Diggable Tees, making all the dope hip hop T-shirts. So this is our monthly show on hip hop. Lots of different topics within hip hop, and we talk some other things as well. But talk a little basketball sometimes.
Yes.
My man said, how about them Lakers? So if we got a chance, we might talk a little hoops.
Okay.
But yeah, because I love you, but I got to ask, because you're a Laker fan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I am.
So we're gonna talk because I'm this has been a fucked up season for me. So we'll talk. We're gonna make time to talk about that. So, but this is our monthly build. So we're gonna get into it. So this is everybody. If you have questions, you see the topic here. This is what we're gonna be talking about. We're really talking about conscious and gangster rap, and we're gonna get into really how this all came about. We've had a lot of discussions about hip hop. About conscious rap and conscious hip hop a lot. We're gonna have another one because I saw a post last week that got under my skin, and the person said, really without much basis behind it, the person said the N.W.A. destroyed black culture, and because they made it cool to shoot black people. They also said, but I've seen other posts just in general that said N.W.A. maybe a couple of really N.W.A. was like the downfall of hip hop. And so I'm like, that's a bit scapegoatish to me. And so I want to hear so we're going to talk about that, and then we're going to kind of get into the broader picture of this push over the past few years to be like, yeah, let's have some more conscious hip hop, because I think we're so out of imbalance. It's like it's all conscious, all gangster, all conscious, all booty rap. It's like, so I want to get into that, the broader picture. But first, what's your take on that post? I don't know if you saw it. I sent it to you, but the essence of the post that we're talking about there.
Yeah, I saw the post, man. I made a comment on it last night and shit. I think people put too much on shit. N.W.A., man, when that shit first came out, Eazy-E, it was almost like Richard Pryor. You know what I'm saying? Like comedy shit. He was doing parodies of people's songs and stuff like that. It wasn't, that we were scared of the street running Eazy-E or whatever case may be. It wasn't even like that. I think the business that propelled N.W.A. was more gangster than the group, in my opinion.
No, that's a
yeah.
Real quick, that's a fact, because out of all of them, Easy and maybe to a lesser extent Ren, they were the only ones that were like, Easy for sure was the only one that was really like thugged out. I know. Dre and Q, that wasn't them.
Exactly. Dre was R&B at one time. You know what I'm saying? On a whole different theme. And I think people have to remember back then it was theme rap. If you think about Hammer as an entertainer, you think about even an N.W.A. as the picture, the poster child of California streets or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So, everybody had their theme, even X Clan, we were black nationalists, you know what I'm saying? And spiritual school or whatever case may be, and we had our look. We weren't created. We didn't create our look for entertainment, but it helped us in the matter of identification. So when you think about N.W.A., they were representing what the streets was about. You wearing the Raiders hats, you rolling with the khakis and the get down. That, they mixed the stories of gang life with good writers. Cube was a solid writer. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the artists on there, Ren, so on, had good ride. And when you have a producer like Dre, who knows how to put things into theme, it became something else. Now, what I said in my post yesterday to answer that, when you think about the Godfather movies and stuff like that, you don't roll up to Marlon Brando like he's the Godfather and offering some dope to sniff or whatever case may be. You don't act like that. So why would N.W.A. make you switch up? Niggas been killing each other forever you know, foolishly, and you're gonna put that all to blame on N.W.A. If anything, N.W.A. opened it up for pirate radio. Y'all wouldn't really have a solid satellite situation happening. That kind of proved that you can go gold and platinum without the help of commercial radio, because they weren't playing. What song were you going to play from them on the regular waves?
Right.
So pirate radio really propelled them, and it was such a win, dog, for them. You know, cats were jealous, so you start blaming like, oh, the violence and the this and the that. Nah, the playing field was even. There wasn't any division like uh, pro-black. I'm not even pro-black, but it wasn't like trap rap and gangster rap and this and that. It was just hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We go on the tours. It was, you know, DJ Quick, X Clan, Second to None. And then you have N.W.A. with MC Light or some wild shit, man. It was all hip hop then. It wasn't really divisions like that. So now when people are studying history, everything is put into a category now. You kind of looking at them, you know, you thinking like Tupac is a gangster. Tupac wasn't a gangster, dog. I mean, he was playing a role. You know what I'm saying? Tupac might have been like Leroy on Fame or some shit, nigga. Like, if he didn't bump into the role of working for Death Row and shit, nigga. So, you know what I'm saying? That's the kind of development he was, you know, even though as a Panther Club and shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's facts, though.
I'm just talking facts, my lord. He was trained in that kind of a school for entertainment. So the first thing, even this Drake dude, it's like you're playing a role. You're playing as a, you know, Canadian R&B gangster or whatever the hell it is, and people believed it. You know, when we first saw the Drake shit, it was like I'll Be Sure 2.0 or some shit. You know, you taught the nigga how to spit bars. So it's all manufactured shit from the labels. So they manufactured N.W.A. And then, you know, then you saw Ice Cube trying to break out of that. You know, it's like, yo, the gig is done. Let's get down to some real, you know, money making and fact telling. You know, I love when he cut the curls off and was building hard and getting in folks' ass and shit, you know?
Yeah. So
some people break the spell, my lord. Indeed.
yeah, so you made a couple of good points. Is that back then it was all hip hop, man, and it was all like you guys would all be on the. That's why when I post pictures of like odd looking shots of like, you know, Easy and Guru or something or what, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Just like early, like just in mid '80s, people y'all was rocking and people were rocking and it wasn't. So that's an important point. The other thing is that this post is incorrect because Schoolie D, Ice-T all came out before N.W.A. and all were like talking some wild shit. Early BDP was, for the time, in my opinion, was really grimy as far as just what was being said. They were, you know what I'm saying? Chris was on some shit.
What group you said? What group?
Early Boogie Down Productions.
Right.
As far as
well, being from the Bronx, man, you in the middle of the element, dog.
Yeah.
So
yeah, as far as the criminal minded, the N.W.A crack, like the 9mm goes bang, all that shit, man. Like early KRS-One was, you know what I'm saying? So they weren't, N.W.A wasn't even the first, and again, to just pin that on them as like, I think it removes the accountability from a lot of other people and from ourselves for like, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, black people have been killing black people for a long time.
Forever. That's the problem and shit. You know, people get a little bit of fuse from something else, dog. They go, you know, our people are crazy, dog. You know, they take shit in times 10 on everything. You know what I'm saying? And that's not the label's fault or the artist's fault or whatever. We got to check ourselves as consumers, man. You know, we take shit too far, dog.
Yeah.
We can't even watch a movie and be cool and be like, yeah, niggas want to be like, yo, I'm the Gambino and I got to do this and I got to get rich or die trying or whatever. Niggas just can't tell a story and let it digest and just take the lesson in and out for it. You got to go out and be it and dress it and act away and whatnot, dog. And that's, you know, that's just misfortune, you know, misfortunate, I would say. You know what I'm saying? It's just bad, dog. I just wish that we just, can get to a nucleus with this thing of creativity and realize, like, are we going to learn from this, or are we going to just continue to be clowns and just chase the hottest thing out? As soon as the stripper girls come out and be number one, everybody got their ass and titties out on the online. Every artist that come out got to be ass out. I even thought the Doechii girl would get away from that because she could spit a little bit. And then I look on the stage, full ass. And I'm like, yo, shorty, you got skills more than a lot of these females that is out right now. Why is it a must for that? You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
well,
I don't get it.
well, it seems like it's not a must, but it's certainly a quicker route to something, right, than skills, because we know a lot of talented artists that probably be ahead of where they are, like, just financially, but it ain't about skills, man. And sex is always sold, but it's like super easy. You don't have to. It's why have skills? I could. Oh, you got it.
I ain't never seen Taylor Swift ass, Lord.
What's
You know what I'm saying?
that?
I ain't never seen her ass, and she's what the white Beyonce or whatever fuck may be. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember seeing Pink's ass. Lady Gaga's just wild, but I don't ever, I don't recognize her for just pulling out her titties all the time and twerking on fucking stage and shit. She just known for like weirdo shit. But when it come to our sisters, every time. You know
At
what I'm
least
saying?
yeah, in recent
When it
years.
and even with entertainment, Denzel win the award for Training Day or some shit as a gangster more so than a Malcolm X or another role that he might have played that meant something deep to us. It's always like you take, our art side when we doing something else. You couldn't, even with the Tupac thing that we talked about, dog. Suppose this nigga was a great dancer or some shit, nigga, and you took this nigga in his death row shit and immortalized him as a trap gangster. Somebody go pay his bail and pull him out, and he played his role, and you immortalize as that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you gotta immortalize a dude while he's going through a meltdown and the issues, the problem, and then you gotta stand up for yourself and be shooting at the cops and spitting on niggas and all of that. You set in kind of a strange role, my lord. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
There's wiser ways to go at the system than that. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? We don't always have to be angry niggas to get shit accomplished in my
Yeah.
mind. I can't see cats blaming N.W.A for destroying culture. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop had never had no real culture. People reach for it to be like that, but we only get along when somebody die. Every time, a Big Pun or a Biggie Small or something, everybody want to hold hands and go sit with the leaders and all worried and shit, nigga. Be right and be decent on the regular, man. We look like such assholes right now when they talk about hip hop, dog. I hate it, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's not my job as an artist to fix it. This is something that I talk in my circle, as we're recording and creating things right now. Even with the documentary, I said my documentary is not a lesson plan for getting people right. You know what I'm saying? It's not that. It's me telling the story of how the decency and then my intention to uplift made a change. I'm not here to say stop listening to Doechii and Cardi and all of this other shit. That's not my purpose, my lord. You know what I'm saying? The consumer has to have the level of decency to know what the fuck, what your family listens to and what they don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because
Yep.
niggas have families now. It's not like you just with the boombox on the stoop no more, just listening to whatever. You in your house and your children are impressionable. You know what I'm saying? So what are you really playing for them and your whiz to understand? Do you want your whiz yelling some of the lyrics that these shorties is talking about, fuck a man and my pussy's the best in the world and shit? You really want it with that attitude, my lord? You know what I'm saying? Is that where we at? This is what men have to decide and what women have to decide right now. Like, a lot of cats that I like, I can't play in my house. I don't even want to give that vibration. I end up playing people instrumentals. I give the producer some salute or whatever, but to hear that constant bullshit, it's like niggas are running out of shit to say.
Yeah.
It's real
Yeah.
corny at this point, my lord.
it's easy, but you made a good point. It is selective about what they push though, because it's like they'll let this shit fill the airwaves. You know what I mean? And fill everything. But like, you know, you, you and I or whatever, like we're having a bill like this, and there's a few heads in here, right? But again, we know like if there was some chick, I mean, we know what the deal is, right? Like
Yeah,
so, yeah,
yeah.
it's a wild situation. So all right, so we put the N.W.A thing to bed, and I thanks for speaking on that. I want to get into now. We're gonna kind of shift gears a little bit because you know you and I have talked numerous times about like we were just talking about it, like how like it's it's all ratchet now, and like there's really no room for the conscious artist to get any shine, get any love or whatever. It's like ratchet or bust, right? And so, but so but then at the same time, so I've seen posts and stuff like, yeah, conscious, no more killing shit, no more stuff like that. That's what's brought down our culture. I'm like, all right, but I know you probably, but when Prodigy's birthday comes, you're gonna be posting, you know, like you still fuck with Mob Deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's not be disingenuous here. So,
Yes.
but before we get into that, I want to ask you, and I want to just clarify. We talked about it before, but what is your definition of conscious music? Particularly hip hop, conscious hip hop. Like as far
Well,
as yeah.
I would think conscious music is something that you can play for man, woman, and child.
Mm.
Period. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep it real simple. So,
Mm-hmm.
and to me, it should be something that is entertaining as well. You know what I'm saying? Because this is where the other genres of hip hop win. Everyone's having fun talking about killing and shooting and whatever, and that becomes an anthem. Most times when conscious artists are spitting, we're talking about the issue, the problem, the this, the that, and that's not fun. You know what I'm saying? That was one thing that X Clan kind of demonstrated, because we use funk music to talk principles, science, things of that nature. It wasn't always like Milwaukee, there's a cannibal or whatever. You know, there's issues, but you know, we're people of high energy, so we can have a jam like Funkin' Lesson where you can abracadabra and get down and talk about the elements and enjoy an old funk joint, you know, in a different fashion. So I feel conscious music is all the way around the board. It should be something that can play in the house, play in the car, and then when you're solo, you can take notes from it and build. It has replay value. It's not like you just talking about something that is just like, you know, F the president, this, that, and the other, whoop, 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 and then, you know, like self-destruct or something, you know, or even like, let me go to my own shit, like Close the Crack House. I felt that record was corny as fuck. It shouldn't, it would get no replay because it's a cheese line of MCs. So while everybody is saying a positive thing, at the end of the day, who's going to say, man, let me go back and play that whole 8 MCs getting busy again?
What joint is this?
um,
Close the Crack House.
Close the Crack House. We did a joint on Professor X album. It was supposed to be 4 groups on there.
Who else
Um,
was it? Who else was with that? Who else was
man,
on it?
the cheese line, dog. It was me, PX, Kane, Freedom Williams,
Oh,
College Boys, Girlfriend, fucking damn nigga. I mean, it's a gang of motherfuckers, man. And I'm saying like it's supposed to be 4 people on there. And when people heard the cause, you know, crack was deep at that time frame. So
of
niggas
course.
talking about Close the Crack House, everybody wanted to get on it like it was some kind of new self-destruct. And I was like, nah, man, we need 2 or 3 people on that bitch, man. And let's make it a project or album so where people can talk about different aspects of how they're dealing with how crack isn't, you know, is entering our neighborhoods and shit. But everybody wanted to follow that template of self-destruct. And I'm like, those kind of records play one time, dog. And they only played like once a year, like Black History Month. They'll bring it up like, oh, remember this? While the dumb shit is getting rotation.
Right.
So when you
Yeah.
asking me about conscious music, you think about how George Clinton was back in the days. That was conscious funk. You know what I'm saying? All of that shit was symbolic. Atomic Dog, the Funk of the Acquired, Flashlight, all of that shit. That was conscious music getting on a high platform. They didn't even have a label for this dude. George Clinton. Cats are winning awards, and it's like, what do you call this dude? This nigga gets high on stage and connects to the universe and be hollering and got a dope voice. Got the best band niggas in the world. So those musicians were some of the best musicians in the world. That was conscious music. They didn't have a label for it. All right? So now when you come today, you thinking like, well, what's conscious music? What category do you put Black Thought in when Cardi B is #1 in the rap category? Where could you put Black Thought? If she's #1, then what is he? And what is it based on? Is it based on the fact that she had more radio play than him? Or is it based on the fact that she had more rhythm and the crowd was gathering toward or whatever? Now, my point is, you got to weigh the consumer. If the consumer is savage, that dictates who's #1. If the consumer is balanced, then the skill will come out in the situation. We know Black Thought is capable of making dope ass songs. Come on, man, this man is a millionaire. He can call, if he can't do it, he can call on, hey, Jill Scott, I need another hook. Badu, I need a hook, whatever it is. But what is it worth? If the audience is savage, there's nothing you can say, okay, to get on board. How would someone like Common get with Pete Rock? I don't care whatever the album was saying, that shit should still chart, dog. You gonna tell me that Cardi B is better than Common Sense, or Glorilla is better than Common Sense, dog? Or even Doechii better than Common Sense, dog? Nah, man.
You made an excellent point, though. Again, it's about the audience plays a responsibility in this, and so as you said, it's the savages. It's like whoever we elect in office or whatever. If the people can't pick the right shit because they're the problem. You know what I'm saying? So I never look at like the fuck shit. I look at who is co-signing the fuck shit.
Correct.
Who's behind it. Oh, okay. The fuck shit's gonna be there. There's gonna be Cardi B, Retardi B, whatever, all this shit going on for years and years. but like
who's putting it on?
Yes. Yeah. If I look at a 40-year-old woman singing like wet ass pussy, that's who I'm looking at. I'm not looking at Cardi B gonna be there. There's always gonna be some bullshit. Correct. So I look at, like, so you made a good point, man. If the consumer is savvy, it doesn't matter. You could put, Rakim, Black Thought, everybody, y'all can come down on a chariot or come down on swans, nigga.
It'll never matter.
And
you
get tomatoes thrown at you.
Correct.
You get tomatoes thrown.
Because anything peace is like a bane. It's like, you talking peace, you trying to stop my party, you trying to kill my experience. No, I'm trying to get you to get out of that regret mode that you're going to be on when you get about 35 with kids and you look back at yourself. You know what I'm saying? You put tattoos on your face and you playing yourself and shit. You're looking like the renegade. You're looking like the terrorist that they're marking right now. If you look at the fact that Young Thug and all these cats have been in jail because of what you talk about. They try to bring this man lyrics up in the court. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, dog, they looking at you like that, man. Every word that you say, every action that you do, how can you even put yourself in the path of trouble when you know they trying to mark you as a terrorist and you still want to talk this bullshit? And y'all ain't really gangster like that, but you still want to put this fucking portrayal up. What do you get for that? Who told you that if you write this way, I'll give you that check? They need to start pointing that out. Remember how we talked about how they should hire or vote in the A&R, the radio motherfuckers, all of that shit.
Program manager, all that.
Hey, bro, if someone like Chuck Chill Out, who's been in the radio game for decades, or Red Alert, I doubt that you would hear half of the shit that you would hear right now. And I'm surprised that those kind of brothers are not at the top of the charts. Big Boy, all of them in charge of the radio, not being hired to be a part of the system, but leave the whole entire station to them. You all right? It's almost like B-ball, where you always see someone like Rod Strickland, who's capable of running the squad, but he's like the athletic trainer or something else. And you never see his power mind at the helm of, running the shit as the GM or running the 76ers. Fuck the head coach and everything. Run the organization. You know what I'm saying? We never see that. I would have loved to see what a Chuck D would be. You're gonna give Jay-Z and LLs and all these cats the Def Jam position or whatever case may be. I would have loved to see a Chuck D, run Def Jam. I would have loved to have seen, a mind like Black Thought run Raucous, run a dope ass underground label that has platform and has presence. I would have loved to have seen that, dog. You know what I'm saying? And they don't want that. That's empowerment. You know what I'm saying? That's part of what stains my shit, bro, because I don't want a deal. I want an opportunity. I want to be a spearhead to say, if my record goes to a certain place, I want to be able to bring 4 more like me, like Lauren, like all of the cats that came up that people really respect. And you'd be surprised how many brands don't believe in the audience that will back that, bro. It's not even a doubt of my talent. It's the fact that, yo, man, you're living in a utopia state of mind. You're talking about starting a conscious G unit or some shit, and there's never been that.
Right.
So me being a 50 Cent and having 4 dogs that's killer, making hit records is not interesting. But if I told a shorty to come strip down, here, read this to the beat, she be on and getting the Grammy tomorrow, crying and shit in front of the fucking audience and shit. Oh my God, this is so beautiful. Get the fuck out of here.
Facts.
It's becoming not even worth a nigga's time. You know what I'm saying? And I never will give up. But sometimes that is the thought. If we being honest here, you know what I'm saying? It's like, if the audience is going to continue to be savage and just accept it, then what the hell are we talking about, dog? What the hell are we doing here? We're going to have 50 Cardi B's, because think about it. All the reality shows that are happening right now, everybody that's on those shows is getting paid. Right. So if they already see the template to say, oh, I remember old girl was sitting right here and now she's on top. Well, you know what direction I'm going. Let me go punch this girl in the face and pull my titties out, get famous, and then drop a little rap song. You'd be surprised at how many sales happen from the reality shows, dog. Straight up and down.
No, that's an epidemic, yo. Remember when, like, we were younger and the Discovery Channel used to be live with, like, the animals and shit, like, live. The Learning Channel, the TLC shit was live.
Yeah.
A&E was live. If you wanted to learn shit, I mean, I was a nerdy dude, so I mean, if you wanted to all that shit was live, right? And then I started. I don't watch this is really sports or movies.
Yes.
I started seeing, like, I just flipped on the channel, like the cable. I still had the cable, and I was like, Discovery Channel, like, this is like some ratchet ass shit. Learning Channel, ratchet ass shit. My 600 pound, like, hoarders and shit.
Correct.
Like, what? Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, because the right people were not participating in the Nielsen ratings. Okay? So when TV was going on, how many people write in to say, let me donate something to the station? Everybody was just getting it for free. Okay? Right. So when we had the power to control shit, we weren't checking in to say, how can I get into the Nielsen rating situation, man, so I can get this programming changed? Because I don't want to see 600-pound broad. I don't want to see niggas eating hot peppers and snake ass and all kind of crazy shit at 8 o'clock, nigga. I want to see something different. You feel me? Even on PBS, they weren't taking advantage of that. None of us. These are areas that I should have taken back in the day. Because I'm like, look, I'm a warrior for my hometown when I came out with my music. So I could have went to PBS and said, hey, let me tell street stories about where we come from, that are enlightening for people who get into that gear. How much do I have to raise? Because it's public broadcast. So It's a matter of what you raise. It's not about, oh, we like you or we don't. We didn't take advantage of that. But the one thing that we did do as X-Clan is that we touched the community radio stations, because they're supposed to play what the people want.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So if we go hit a show and the whole town is riled up behind us, we're going to go sit in the community station all day. Well, we're supposed to be at the power station. So we may rip up the little A&R's itinerary list and say, nah, dog, we're going to go see Liberation Radio. We're going to go over here, see Freedom Radio. We're going to go do whatever. And now we're getting more sales because we truly are teaching the people. Now the labels were learning from us. Okay?
Right.
Because when you go to Power Station, they could be like, well, I ain't never heard of these guys and da-da-da-da-da. But the people were jamming with us, and the records was moving. Every time we moving around the streets, we hearing Funkin' Lesson, Travel Jam coming out of cars. So we popular. So why would I go and compete with MC Hammer and Kumo D at the time, or whatever was happening that was going gold and platinum? We can go, so yo, man, we can build a nice little underground movement just through the community stations and have the labels power behind us as a force. And that's why we won. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You got to let go of that pop life audience because they are stained already, dog. If they come look for you in your lane, then that's something different. That's a different crossover. But you trying to cross over into their world, these cats are not equipped to make those kind of songs, dog. That's like being Prince all the time, dog. You know, hit writer, God bless him. But you got to be a hit writer all the time in that pop market, dog. And that's not an easy job. Look at Ludacris. How many hits he had all these years, and now niggas don't even think about him. All they know him now is Fast and Furious, but his responsibility was hits, constant. Yeah. And you make all those hits, and they still treat you like a finster at the end of the day, dog. It kind of shows cats like, what do you really want out of this game? Who are you rhyming to when you write your lyrics? And what kind of lane of business are you trying to create for yourself? Or you just trying to say, well, damn, I never got it off. I just want to hear my voice coming back back to me out of the radio box. Is that really what we doing here, dog?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then cats at the end of the day say, oh, everybody's savage because N.W.A. killed the culture and all this other shit. You gonna tell me a little 5-foot gangster out of California and a couple of writers and an R&B producer fucked your whole life up and made everybody kill each other, dog? Come on, man. Come on, man. It's ridiculous.
That's kind of nonsense. So I will share that my definition of conscious hip hop is a little different. That's why I wanted to make sure, you know, at least we're just on the same page or you know, clear on what it is. For me, conscious meaning aware. For me, conscious is broader just in terms of like music that makes me think, be it political, be it so it doesn't have, I mean, it can, unfortunately, it can be stuff that I can't play around everybody, like you said. But for me, it's stuff that made me be like, wow, like there's just lines from songs over the years that artists that were just like thugged and gangster, but like maybe, you know, at that time, but this stuck out for me, like, and just even you know, mental health's kind of a bigger thing now, which is I think is important. So back in the day, Raheem, you know, Wu-Tang, big up to him. He said on one track, the whole track was crazy, but he said something. Any rapper that said that they smoke weed to keep calm, like in their lyric, he said, I smoke weed to be calm. Just like it said, I'm a bad motherfucker when she read my palm. I was like, yeah, I smoke weed to keep calm too. I'm like, I was thinking about my health and my mental shit. So for me, I'm just saying the definition's a bit broader in terms of.
And that's like, conscious for you?
It's not. It's conscious in terms of not uplifting for people. It's conscious because it made me think about, like, that might not be the best example. It's like music that makes me think about like social, political, economic, racial stuff. For me, can be conscious. It's more. I'm just saying I have more rope than what I'm saying. What I'm saying, big picture. So it's not necessarily, it's not huge, but I have a little bit more leeway. So for instance,
let me make a
when
point.
I was younger, oh, hold on, let me. I'll just elaborate before you do. So I'll give you a perfect example. When I was younger, like I said, early BDP to me is in my, like, that was hardcore for us. Like as far as what KRS-One was saying. And like I got the BDP live joint and I was playing it for my dad, who was a real conservative dude.
Yes.
And KRS once said, he was like, if negativity comes with a 22, positivity comes with a 45.
Right.
And my dad's like, why does he gotta say that? Like, and I'm like, Dad, you don't understand. I was like this is, you know, like he's trying to, you know, he's trying to let us know this is, we got to stand up and fight and stuff like that. So like there were a lot, like the Criminal Minded, I used to rock that. There was stuff, and that's what I'm saying. Like to me, at the time, even though that was hardcore stuff, that Karis One was my favorite artist. That made me, that opened my eyes to a lot of stuff. So that's what. So that's just elaborate. So go ahead.
Yes. So now, with me, when I did East Blackwoods, I didn't have a lot of curse words in there. There's probably like 2 or 3 curse words in there. But when I got to Exodus and did FTP, sure, the message was solid. You know, fuck the police, fuck the bad police,
Right.
and fuck the system in that fashion. But
Yes,
it
sir.
lost a lot of audience for me. Okay,
Right.
it lost a lot of elder audience to me. A lot of the young heads fuck with me because I was bold enough to curse. When you were bold enough to curse on records and you didn't give a fuck about censorship, people kind of pushed you up a little higher. Like, oh shit, you bold nigga to say fuck a bitch.
Back then.
Back
Especially
then.
back then.
Okay, so you did it. You know, even Lauren said, yo, you know, like, I put a little fuck you for the people who, you know, whatever her line was. You know what I'm saying? She was like, I put a little fuck you in it so people can, you know, feel that I'm hard or whatever case may be. And she was jesting at them, but it was real because some niggas don't hear unless those trigger words are there to say, you're not really gangster with your shit, are you? Yeah, I fucking am. And then they'll listen harder, like, oh, you saying fuck the radio and everything. I got to go bang your shit. That's where the dumb shit started to me. You know what I'm saying? And I even fell for it because I can't justify saying fuck something in the position that we were in as messengers. I shouldn't have even played that game of hip hop, even though it was raw in my system. We on the front line fighting, and I'm taking the story of me fighting in the streets against all of these, you know, systematic clerics and shit coming at me. I'm like, man, fuck this. I got to tell this day, man, FTP. You know, the elders put it in my head and we yelling it, FTP, fuck the police. We yelling this shit and I'm going to put it in the song. I should have left it in the moment because where are you going with that kind of anthem? You know what I'm saying? Where are you going with that? Where's the wall? When I bump into somebody like your father, you know, who likes hip hop, and then I'm like, FTP, you know, this is my single, you know, that's not something that you can play at the house for man, woman, child. I would have to find a more eloquent way to state my message. Okay?
Yeah. Particularly based on and I think it also depends on what audience you're trying to reach, because like you said, you got part of an audience and then you lost part of an audience.
Correct.
So, you know, I think it would have been easier had you gone in reverse, and maybe let's say you started out on the first joint you were cursing and then stopped, maybe. You know, it might have had a different effect. But
even deal with that shit at all, my lord.
Well, yeah, and I'm saying not even,
you know
not,
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm saying,
and because if I decided to say, yo, man, this is where the bullshit stops. This is where we can express more than the 5 vocabulary words that y'all fuck with all the time. We have knowledge of self and we can just branch that shit out in a different way. Yeah. So I don't have to curse at you cats anymore to get my point across. Because as a grown man, I see several different avenues to educate you and enlighten you. That's truly being a master in my mind. You know what I'm saying? When the seed can come up and learn your flow. Half of these seeds won't learn a Jada Kiss flow until they're 9, 10 years old, depending on what kind of household you're in, because he's always cursing and and fuck it and whatever, blah, blah. And I'm saying, well, this nigga's flow is the shit. I want you to hear different flows. You want young heads to hear different flows because that's the first translation of hip hop to them. It's not the words, right. Okay? It's right. The flows that they're grabbing on to. So cats are not realizing that. It's like, yo, man, boggle these cats with the flows, man, because these niggas are not listening. They only listening when you get to the hook.
Yeah.
This is what the labels learned. Yo, Lil Wayne, you can talk about 1 million Percocets, 50 pussies, whatever case may be. When it gets to the hook, say something R&B-ish, so the girls would be like, "Oh, Little Wayne, oh, I just love it," and all the bullshit, and he goes back to whatever. You feel me? Half the cats ain't even listening to anything he say, dog. Trust me on this. They only singing the hooks.
No,
Okay?
I know. I think it's dumbed down music for dumbed down people. But again, you know, my spiritual teacher used to say you have the cheaters and the cheated.
Yeah.
So you can't cheat someone without them. You know, like these Nigerian scams, all these scams. You're like, how do people fall for that? But you got people like they're right there, like, hey, here's take my money. So like, you have the cheaters and the cheated. So people are willing to, as long as they're well. Again, you made such an excellent point on it. If people, the consumers are savage, then it doesn't. In the end, you don't matter in the end, my brother. Like if like that's why you got an X-Clan album on the shelf, because the consumers are savage.
Yes, bro.
And so like what why give a
Yeah.
you know, don't cast pearls before swine.
Why give all that energy when you're on Savage? And I'm saying, look, I want to talk to an enlightened person. I want to talk to a person that has been through so much shit in this entertainment game that's like, yo, I'm tired of the cursing at me. I'm tired of them calling my woman a bitch. I'm tired of them telling my kids to cut their dick off and become whatever the fuck, nigga. I just want to hear some good music, period. And this is why I tell conscious artists, stop trying to teach the fucking the Kabbalah and shit on fucking wax or some shit, nigga. You know, stick to the principles and be positive. Make somebody's favorite song. Yeah, first note if you're even a musician from the gate. You feel me? Yeah. Because if you're not a musician, then just be a little poet on the side, man. But you're clogging the pipe. If you don't know how to make a good song in 2025, you're just really entertaining your ego at this point, dog. It's bullshit. A lot of cats come out with this conscious shit and be corny as fuck, dog. And I see why the labels don't rock to them. Because you want to be the first one to say, fuck Bush, or fuck this nigga, and da-da-da-da-da, and niggas ain't shit, and da-da-da-da-da. How can you get to be a favorite song by stating those things, dog? No one's gonna fuck with you and play that back and forth. The game is about replay. Okay? When you get a rotation on the radio station, there's, you know, whatever the Glorilla is selling, you know, if this Pussy Power and da-da-da, they found a way to code their shit and make it your favorite song. So why can't conscious niggas code their shit and make somebody's favorite fucking song? That's
a very important point. Like, you gotta make good music. X-Clan made good music. Public Enemy made good music. Wise Intelligent makes good music. So because nobody really wants to be preached to. I'm sorry. Like nobody wants to hear the scripture and their shit. And that's why I don't want to hear it. Like I want to hear good music, and I want to hear like you're supposed, like, again, to me, if you're an artist, you're supposed to say dope shit in a dope way to me, right? Over a dope beat. Like you're supposed to, so what you're saying needs to do something, and you need to be saying it in a way that's catchy and slick. And that's your job, right? So like not to preach to me. Like if you could fit that in some way, because that's what makes you dope. You took that scripture and you flipped it, and it's your shit now, and it's not just I mean, because I hear like full on verses from cats, like, and I'm like,
and that's the problem. They don't know how to separate that. And I'm saying that doesn't mean you dumb out and say, well, I'm conscious over here, but people like to hear about booty twerking, so I do my booty twerking shit here. No. You still have to feed man, woman, child. You have to say, if I read my lyrics in front of a 5-year-olds to 10-year-olds, they can rock with me. If I went from there and went to a gang of teenagers, they can rock with me. If I went to the parents of both of those kids, they can rock with me. So you got to sit down and find that level of composition. And if you're not fucking with it like that, then leave it the fuck alone. Keep it as a hobby. Don't try to stay in the lane. Because you're standing in the lane like, look at me, in the way of some real shit that already figured that out. So everybody's dope. Who's the one that's going to be chosen to move forward? There's only a few slots. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
It's like b-ball. You got 1,000 cats, but only 300 are making the league. What are we talking about here? We're gonna keep saying he's dope, he's dope, he's dope, he's dope. No, you got to start narrowing it down.
Right.
All right, let me get that Black Thought dude. Let me get this wise, intelligent cat right here. Let me get this person right here. Whoever the shit is, bring them to the forefront. Now the audience has to get off the savage and get on the support system. So it's similar to how Eminem come out. It's like, regardless if the niggas like him or not, there's a gang of white kids that are saying, yo, man, that's our Elvis. Make sure you go buy 10 of his album at the fucking store. They got a support system behind them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Spanish artists come out. Everybody buys that shit. They have a support system behind them. So black artists don't have a support system. We always, I can do it better than that. I don't know why they chose that nigga, man. I can do it better than that. And then you wait for it to be free. And then the label looks at you like, yo, man, your people just buy bootleg and wait for shit to be free. Why don't you put on these Hammer Time pants and these penny loafers, dog, and follow my instructions? I'm going to send you over to Russia and shit, and you'll be the famous. Now you Milli Vanilli. You getting paid now. You couldn't do what you wanted to do, but the label has persuaded you to be like, be other than yourself. Be other than yourself and just follow my shit. You know what I'm saying? While the other cats get to be themselves. Kid Rock got to be who he was. Marky Mark got to be who he was. They springboarded off of hip hop. Right. Okay. And they say, well, really, I'm a country singer, but I can DJ too. I like hip hop. Maybe they don't fuck with my rap. So Kid Rock was rocking the turntables first. Then when the people started fucking with him, then he made himself a little vocal. Once he got all that suburban audience behind him, you ain't never seen that nigga no more, son. Not on this side of the woods. Now he's a superstar somewhere else. Marky Mark, you ain't never seen that dude. Once the Calvin Klein commercial happened, what do? They springboard that nigga into movies and shit. Now he's #1 of the best directors in the fucking world, whatever, producers, whatever the fuck it is. Yeah. Everybody else still stuck in that shit. Why is Young MC coming out in 2025 trying to rap? Why the fuck is Will Smith still trying to rap in 2025 and it don't even sound like shit?
Yo, you wild.
Yo, man, them dudes had real serious hold on the game, dog. And you're telling me 2025, you the richest nigga in the world, Big Willie, and you want to come on here and be hard, nigga. Get the fuck out of here, dog. You're in the way. Niggas like that should be building labels for cats that are still in the game trying to come up. Find the conscious dude. Find the next Will Smith that was doing this moms can't understand bullshit. There wasn't no cursing in that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That was some theme rap shit that went on to TV to fucking win. Why you not building a whole fucking catalog of that kind of shit to get niggas paid? You want to take all that money and try to compete with your son and battle with your son, nigga? That shit is corny as fuck, bro. Them niggas piss me off. And it's all love, dog. I don't have no hate, but it's just like with the bag, you can do wonders, man. I don't have the bag. They don't trust me with the bag. They feel like me with the bag, I'm gonna do like Kanye and be like, hey, fuck all the Jews and da-da-da-da-da. I'm not on that. I just like the system just like everybody does right now. They're just more vocal with it now. I was vocal with it 35 years ago, dog. Fuck the system. Period. Now everybody, it's a normal now. So now the labels are afraid like, well, damn, since everybody's on it like that, our superiors who fund us love the system. So how can we hire you saying fuck the system? The sponsors love the system because they're getting from the consumer. How can we hire you saying fuck the system? So you got to find a more eloquent way to make the favorite song that all of those emotions of fuck the system go under the radar and to a purpose. Okay? So if I'm saying fuck the system, I want to be the one that funds the next 10 conscious artists who know how to watch their mouth right and know how to teach literacy and different levels of education to the youth through their music. And if that's a small underground label that got 15,000 followers or 20,000 followers, then that's what the fuck it is. I'm not looking for 1 million people and we broke the record and we broke the internet and all this other shit. Fuck all that. And people have to let that go. That's part of what makes them savage, because they're reaching for goals that are not theirs. Just like a Doechii. You know what I'm saying? As dope as she is, you on your last, you was getting ready to give up. You might have been headed to the pole. And like, fuck it. Nobody want to sign my shit. My job quit. Fired me and everything. And then you end up going to the pole anyway. Okay? You end up there any fucking way. Just on a different platform. That's disgusting to me. And someone so talented shouldn't have to go. I shouldn't have to see her whole ass on fucking TV, dog. That's embarrassing. And I say when you show Taylor Swift ass, I'll accept that. I'll accept that shit like, oh, okay, that's the way they doing it in that realm. All the women have to strip. Even Beyonce got to strip, my nigga. That's bullshit to me. And then the brothers got to be on some other shit. You like remember the dude who came out with the Western cowboy shit, and he was what was the name, Hometown, whatever the fuck.
Lil Nas X.
Yes. Okay. How innocent was that dude? His record played for everybody, man, woman, and child. You were playing video games, you was fucking with him. If the little kids in school, he looked like Woody on Toy Story and shit. Kids was fucking losing their fucking mind on this fucking dude. And then they said, oh no, man, you're getting empowered in our genre. Okay? We got to shut this all the way the fuck down. You need to be a devilish homosexual motherfucker, change your whole theme off and get the fuck off the country shit. And what happened? And where is that nigga now, bro? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you on one tonight. Yo, what up, everybody? We're back with Brother Jay, episode 44, Constant Elevation. So here's where I really want to get your take on this, man. So for me, I'm gonna set this question up. Like, for me, the grimy stuff, which is depending on what people consider the N.W.A, whatever, even the Mobb Deep, the MOPs, there's a couple things. One, that resonates for me because I was running around in the streets for a minute, and like it, like I can some of the stories in some of these joints. I'm like, damn, yeah, we have some similar shit going on. So, and I feel like a lot of that. I feel like certain music showed the grimy side of the hood. MC8, the Compton Most Wanted, famously said a while ago, famous quote says, if a motherfucker came up to me and told, this obviously a long time ago, actually, so I'm saying a few years ago, back when he was Jerry curled out, if a motherfucker came up to me and told me to make a record about peace, I'd say, fuck you. Like to me, if you growing up in Compton, like, and with everybody ragged out, like, yeah, I mean, Kendrick came out of Compton, but like, so it's not like, I just don't feel like everybody has an obligation, or maybe you feel this way, to be, like, I have another, there's a young brother, his name is Pro Dillinger, he's young to me, he's like 35, he's out of New York, makes grimy music, and, but I've had him on the show a few times, and we've talked about it, and he's like, yo, he goes, I make music for what I know, man. He was like, this is how I grew up. He said, I'm trying to get out of this shit. Like, he was like, it's like still close to him, right? He was like, yo, this is what I know. This is what, and so he was like, but if you really listen to his lyrics, he's talking about, he's like, I'm trying to feed my son, I'm trying to take care of my kids, but you can hit a struggle, like, in his music of, like, trying not to be a part of this shit. And I resonate with this brother. He's a, so what I'm saying is, I personally think there's a place for grimy or whatever music in hip hop, and I'm curious if you think it should just be like none of that. I mean, like, or at all. I just feel like, again, balance to me is there. So we went from like, okay, everyone's like, okay, now the narrative is like the 90s was all grimy or whatever. That's what I hear the narrative is it, and then it's like now it's all ratchet. supposedly. And then I'm hearing this big push. No grimy hip hop, no grimy hip hop, conscious. And I'm like, all right, I just feel like there's a place for a lot of stuff. And I feel like back in the day, like you said, there was room to me. There was room for a lot of different flavors. There was the goofy shit. There was the weed shit. There, you know. So what you
Well,
got on that?
it matters how peace is translated to you. So if peace is translated to you, you got a jail mentality. You might think I have to become Muslim and 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 get down on my knees and face the east and so on and submit totally and forget all about whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then if you're on the street working with a community center, you may be your consciousness may be reform, getting people to get off the drugs, the alcohol, or whatever. So it matters how peace is translated to you. For someone to say like what MC8 said, if someone brought me a rap about peace and shit, I would just shoot it down because you don't have a market for it. All right? Ain't nothing peaceful came out of your mouth unless you was in a real critical situation and your life was up. You know what I'm saying? So if you in a jail situation and niggas hunting down for your life and the Muslim brothers got you and shit, then you was submitting and doing something beyond whatever the fuck you thought you was gonna be in when you got inside. So that's the only submit that you know toward peace. So if you're translating that in your music to savage, you know what I'm saying? Most 50% of West Coast artists come and talk about, yo, California is the West Coast death capital or whatever case may be. And I'm saying, well, damn, why wouldn't you want to teach reform then? Why would you want to talk the language that got them into trouble in the first fucking place, dog?
Yeah.
Why would you want to continue to be a part of the problem? Why do you think Interscope push so much money behind niggas to yell gin and juice, fuck a bitch, and so on and so on? All the shit that's gonna get you in fucking issues and problems, my nigga. The alcohol is gonna get you out of character. Dissing your woman is gonna get you into some kind of abuse situation because your attitude is fucked up. You know what the fuck are we talking about? So you telling me
Yeah.
that every time y'all niggas want to talk reform, somebody is shooting you down? How many millions of dollars does it take for you to say, fuck you, label, I got enough, I can go do it on my own? You know, that shit makes absolutely on the fucking no sense to me. All of these cats, Will Smith, Snoop Dogg, Latifah, all of y'all got bread from other sources, and nobody came back because this hip hop thing is not even becoming worth it, dog. They shit on it so much that it's now just a vessel for people to bop off. I think the only person now that's really taking advantage of it is fucking like a Kendrick, okay? As far as spinning bars and getting somewhere. And I'm saying like the earlier material, this shit that's going on now with the Drake shit, I'm not feeling none of that shit, bro. I don't want to see you successful for stepping on another man's head and being whatever. You're feeding the savages. These niggas are like when you watch the Gladiator movies and they off with the head and shit, and everybody's talking about off with the head. That's what that music is. They ain't like us, would have been the greatest black anthem ever, dog. Ever. Switch some lyrics up, fuck Drake, write something different, dog, and call it a fucking day. I would have been the hero move of all of this shit. But you won't go in front of millions of people who don't even know. Some of these motherfuckers don't know who the fuck you are. And the first thing they get a gist of you is talking about, yo, fuck the Canadian nigga, he's a pedophile, he ain't shit, and whoopty wham. Y'all niggas beefing on live TV at the Super Bowl, my nigga, man. Come on, dog. Come on, dog. I love Kendrick. You know I come on here a million times defending that nigga, dog. A million times.
Yeah.
That Ozzy
Yep.
Brothers flip was the deepest shit to me, dog. And I say, yo, man, you always have the anthems in your hand, and you an intelligent black brother, man. Why would you waste all that good music on this yellow ass nigga coming out of Canada, my nigga? That shit makes absolutely no sense to me, Garbody. Even for this shorty coming out, I don't give a fuck how many people like fucking Doechii, dog. I think that sister's beautiful as fuck, man, and you got flow. I don't want to hear suck my dick, fuck it, da-da-da-da-da. Yo, man, how can the young shorties fuck with you? How can you sit here and diss a Cardi B and you're gonna fucking go give this girl the trophy. Now all the young girls is gonna flow to her for the wrong reason, my dog. And we gotta deal with it. Okay? We in the streets raising our kids, our nieces, our whatever. We going through that shit. Once you let that music go, dog, you don't have to give a fuck. The check is written. We as parents, uncles, all of that shit, we got to deal with the attitude that comes from your writing, your music, your success and influences if they chose you for a negative mission, dog. That's the bullshit. And I feel that no one saying anything is just going to get worse. When you start firing these punk-ass A&Rs and putting them on blast, this is like indecent exposure. You know what I'm saying? You have this girl, motherfuckers, why don't you send your woman up on stage, fucking A&R and program director, send your broad on stage, stripped down to the ground to sing for her fucking chips in a naked fashion. You go do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Fuck these people, man. I hate to get emotional, my lord, but you know what I'm saying? This is what I deal with as a messenger, dog. Like, how do I write? I'm talking to you.
Oh, you froze.
And
you said
can you hear me?
You
Yeah,
froze. You said, how
do I write this into music? You know what I'm saying? And still be doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be making a good record. But how could I get this spotlight and not mention what the fuck we're talking about, bro? I would be a hypocrite.
Yeah, I mean, as a thing, you can't switch. You can't switch it up. I mean, like I often think, a correlation for me is like I could blow my page up right now talking about like current events, ratchet shit, and just ranting all fucking day. Like my page will blow up. Because I know I see the numbers when I do a post on mental health versus a post on fuck whatever. As soon as I say fuck whatever in the title on that shit, numbers.
Exactly.
Fuck whatever, numbers.
Correct.
Yo, everybody, we got this. You know what I'm saying? Like fight. You know what I'm saying? But mental health, self-help shit, or anything like that, anything motivational,
correct,
in the toilet.
Correct.
So
correct, bro.
So there you go. There you go.
And that's the audience being savage. All right. In order for positive music or conscious music to be successful, cats got to start evolving, dog. The party got to stop sometime. You can't tell me you partying 4 days out of the week, nonstop, dog. You ain't take no break to go pray or do something, meditate, whatever. It don't even have to be religious or anything. You got to take a break as a human being to get off the bullshit. You mean to tell me that you partying for the past 15 years nonstop? Right. No way, dog. No way, man. Yeah. You're crazy. And this is what these labels train these folks to do. It's like, hey, we never gonna stop the party. There's always gonna be another one. When one come and fade off or get shot and killed, they replace them immediately. Okay? Right. This one didn't make it. Before his deal was done, he got shot on the highway. So we're gonna replace him with this one. This one went to a party, had a beef with him, got shot in the head on the spot. Let's get another one. They never stop, dog. They never stop. No. Now you're going to line all these dudes up, take all their catalog, put them in jail. Look at all the top cats. Dirk, Young Thug is put into the house. Do you think he's going to drop a Fuck a Bitch album next week, dog? He can't do that because of the fucking legal shit that he's in. He can't even do that kind of music anymore. So they're catching you now and putting you on blast. Do you think that ASAP, after getting off of this shit, is gonna be influenced to go back out there and talk about fuck this, and all this other bullshit, dog? These dudes are gonna have to practice reform, but by their tone. Now, you should have came out like that at first. Now you gotta do it by force. So now the reform market is gonna be the label saying, hey, you know, we got off on that gangster shit. Now we got to show the flip side of Young Thug and ASAP and this nigga and that nigga. Now we're going to make it a market. Why are we always waiting for their permission to do something, dog? Okay?
Crazy.
Why does it always have to be by that stamp? And now everybody's going to start changing and getting their shit together and all this other bullshit. Come on, dog. Not their watch, dog. They were part of the problem, man. I'm sick of that.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying? I wish Q would come back hard as fuck. Bring that black document back. What happened to the black document, dog? All right? It was such a big thing. Now the nigga that was fucking with you is the president of the United States. Bring the document back, dog. Let's go get 100,000, 200,000 people and let's tell them what we want. I got a lot to say. I'm down with you, my nigga. Why is that not on the top of the shit? Okay? Big three over the black document, dog? That's bugged out to me. Let's have a conversation. Let's go get 200,000 people that want decency back in the game, man. And go talk to the nigga. Look, man, when he was doing it, Trump said, yo, come fuck with me. Bring the document. The other nigga was saying, nah, wait. We gonna see. And then Biden got in power and nobody fucking talked about the document no more. Now let's go back. You want to fuck with black people for real? Bring some elders in now. Let's examine this document. Let's start with putting some decency on the ways. If you're on the fucking radio stations pushing negative shit to the youth, we're gonna shut you down from support. So that means cuts off from the federals who put the fucking radio wave out there for you to receive. All that shuts down if you have nothing to do but talk negative shit. If you just did that in the name of stopping kids from getting transitional shit or whatever case may be, stop these kids from transitioning to motherfucking gangsters and fucking killers, bro. That should be a priority.
Facts, man.
Anything else, my nigga. And why would I have to take my time to now transform that into a lyric that no nigga want to hear? You think some motherfucker gonna be dancing and Brother Jake talking about, yo, man, the black document and the fucking whatever the fuck, my nigga? Why does that become my job or Black Thought's job or whatever? Why can't we just do a good song that's just positive, period? Well, we gotta be the newscaster all the time to wake niggas up. You're supposed to be waking up on your own, dog. Knowledge of self. What is the problem as adults, dog? The era that we talking about are all grown folks, damn near grandparents, great-grandparents, nigga. And niggas don't have no fucking sense. Jesus Christ, dog, buddy.
Yeah. So, yeah, you have this burden that's placed on you to, like, care, you know, because people will be telling me, like, why doesn't Brother Jay put out shit? We need accent. But it's interesting. It's like, wake up on your own, man. It's, you know, you need to put it
y'all
together.
Ain't there. Y'all ain't there, dog. I did a full pay-per-view. And niggas are trying to figure out, like, what is this? And why is it not Mayweather? And why is it, what's the name of this company? You trying to figure out how I could even afford some shit like this instead of support me, my nigga. I went through this. And then I'm going to sit here and talk about opening a label when I just sat down last month saying, yo, man, if my project is successful, give me a wing on your brand so I can go raise 4 motherfuckers that are dope, the next Common, the next Lauren, whatever. They're like, yo, man, your people don't buy records, nigga. The fuck you think you talking to? Your people don't buy records. They wait for bootleg and free on YouTube, dog. You can't make no investment out of that. Why don't you just give me your old catalog to reprint? I said, my people been listening to that catalog for 30 years, dog. Why would I want to reprint my old shit and press it to vinyl and all this other bullshit, dog? The fuck is that going to do for anything, dog? I'm sitting there with 2 albums of dope shit, bomb-ass producers and all kinds of shit. And you telling me about what? Get the fuck out of here. The wrong people are running the game. And then the audience is so savage, you can't even make a conscious audience out of what's happening nowadays. There is no loyalty, dog. You will never see another Jean Grey. You will never see another Lauryn Hill because they don't. Look, fucking Andre is playing the flute. He's so bored with what the fuck hip hop is. He playing a goddamn flute, dog. And I'm about to join him and play some bongas and just say, fuck it, let's go around the world, nigga. I'll play the bongas to the flute, my nigga. Let's go. Come on, dog. That's how I feel.
I feel your frustration, man. I'm seeing it come out. I can feel it. I mean, and again, I appreciate hearing your perspective because again, always say it's a unique build with us because, you know, you're an artist of 30 plus years, and I'm a fan of 30 plus years. And so, you know, like my perspective is always different, and yours is always different, and two, having seen the ups and downs of the business side, the artistic side, and then like again trying to put out a good product. Like again, you have a double-edged sword. So you're not just trying to just put out dope music, yeah. You're also trying to deliver a message. You have to like get that in there somehow, but like make it sound good too. So I hear you with a lot of this.
That's a deep
I do
challenge,
want
my lord. That
what's
ain't
that?
easy. That ain't like flowing off the head. All these freestyles talking about, yo, I just flow off the head, nigga. Yo, man, that shit is primitive. Where the fuck that music gotta go? That shit is primitive, my nigga. Come on, man. You think Rihanna's coming off the dome? Do you think that all these composers who are catching these trophies and shit are coming off the dome, nigga? No, they are not. They are learning how to compose. With the Fugees used to be a corny ass group, bro. Okay? They learn how to make instruments, redefine themselves, reintroduce themselves to the world, and sold 18 million plus records, Godbody. Okay? One of these niggas that we call grimy gonna reinvent themselves and create a market. They think, oh, because I've sat in my lab so long spitting that I got the madness. I'm so dope now. When I spit it, everybody's gonna flock. How's that working for you, my nigga?
Yeah,
Stop
that's
fucking playing, man. It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
that's some real delusions, man. I try to tell cats it's not like that. It's never been like that, and you're just that's some fairy tale shit. That
Fairy tale.
does not happen, man. Like, and again, I keep telling you about the one dude that I interviewed before, or I talked to before, who said his goal was, I said, if somebody found your music, like, what would you think? Or I said, what's the end game for you? He's like, I just want to be the nicest. I just want to, no, because and then, no, and then he said, like, when, no, that I have bars, like, bars.
And
Like,
what does that do
boy,
for
man,
anybody?
like,
What does that do for anybody?
and I was like, that's it. And he's like, yeah, I had bars. I'm like, all right. Yeah. So I don't know. So before we get bounced, though, listen. Well, a couple minutes before we bounce.
Yeah, yeah.
I do want to talk Lakers, man, because I gotta ask you some questions. Like,
Yes, sir.
So for me, man, I'm a diehard Lakers fan since 1980, and but I made it. I didn't tell you it is. I made it a point this year. I said I'm starting before the preseason. I'm not rocking with the Lakers no more until LeBron is gone.
Right.
Like because I'm boycotting. So I was like I'm gonna rock the Knicks this year, but that's not my squad. So it's been like this season in limbo of just weird shit. And the Lakers happen to be playing well now that they pulled.
But they
Totally
were playing good
the
before Luka. They were playing good before Luka.
They
were
were
playing good before Luka. Better defense.
So
they've been
where
playing.
are you?
Go ahead.
Where are you as a fan? Yo, like I'm a passionate dude, so like I can't stand Bron's hands all in the mix, and I feel like he's destroyed like a lot of shit. So like I can't do it. So like I'm done. But like, are you more? Are you still on board? You still on board?
I love when people reinvent themselves. All right. For LeBron to get off of the point forward and go to the Karl Malone type of position that he's doing, to allow Reeves and Luka to bring that ball up is the most selfless thing that I've seen, because Cat could be like, yo, get in line, motherfucker. You're just another shooter amongst the shit. For you to be able to open up the floor. Look, Jackson Hayes is scoring 19, 20 points a game. And that nigga was just a fucking a cone, a 7-foot cone last year. And now you figured out a way now to get everything in motion. Now Vanderbilt makes sense. Now the Finney Smith shit makes sense. Even with Curry and them, with Butler, y'all changed that corny ass, hit or miss type of mentality for the crew and shit. If Curry's off, y'all dead in the water. Now you got options. Now you got Draymond scoring double figures, and Jimmy and Curry's getting 50 points. So again, you reinvented yourself. LeBron has reinvented himself. Now you got more legs. You ain't got to go out there and do everything. I think that's what everybody's problem was. That it's like, yo, you everything. You the point guard. You hitting from the half court. You getting all the rebounds, and you the highest scorer in the world, nigga. You so great, nigga. I gotta hate you. You know what I'm saying? Now that mentality is out, and the team looks good now. Okay, it's not all LeBron James scored such and such, and AD had 15 points, had 20 rebounds, and the rest of the crew 5 points,
right.
3 assists. So the
Right.
team has been reinvented, and I like that. You know what I'm saying? For him to be humble, you got the coach that you really fuck with, instead of someone that you're arguing with what system works, what system doesn't. Everything that you put into place now isn't, yo, they were just looking for a good point guard. They wanted to get Chris Paul. They fucked that up. Now you got a 6'7", 230-pound goddamn point guard.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, they're playing well, and it's hard for me to. It's just I just can't. I just feel like LeBron has driven that team into the ground so much before, but they're playing. Well, they're in second place now, man. That shit is crazy.
Come on, bro. Where's the hate? Where can you hate? There's no hate. There's no room. There's no room to hate anymore. It's like, what are we talking about?
Well, as of now, yeah. I mean, as of now, because that was going to be the big thing. Was he going to be willing to play off the ball? Because that's the only way his trade was going to work. Luka can't play off the ball. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
He's playing well off the ball, dog. Them niggas are like Stockton and Malone right now, dog. Them niggas throwing passes cross court, and LeBron is dunking on niggas, man.
Yeah.
6'9", 250-pound train coming up your ass. You can't fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? They don't really need a center right now. What are we talking about? Centers was like 6'10". LeBron is 6'9". You got Jackson Hayes, dog, who didn't even know where he was in the court. Now this dude is taking initiative, hollering at dudes, dunking on motherfuckers now, like the way we wanted from the beginning.
Right.
Everybody is charged. You feel me?
Yeah.
I love
that trade. Yeah, like that trade rocked the world, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, it did. So, you needed to shake it up. Just like we talking with this hip hop shit. Somebody needs to shake it up. Something needs to change.
Yeah.
One of them broads has taken off their clothes, need to protest on that shit and just be fly as hell and drop a dope ass album. And the people got to get behind on that shake up. It ain't gonna be dudes, bro. It's gonna have to be a female say, yo, I came out here playing myself, taking off my shit. I'm not doing that anymore. Yeah. There's so much fly clothes in the world that I can put on. Fashion niggas come fuck with me. I'm no longer flashing my titties. I'm putting my skill up right now. You got the trophy. They gotta follow whatever you say at this point, my lord.
Right. Big facts.
Like a prime ball player. You know what I'm saying? If LeBron said, yo, I don't like that nigga, get him off the team, you gotta go. So Shorty got the trophy now. Shorty got to say, yo, man, I gave y'all what you wanted. Cats have seen my ass and thighs and my chest and all this other shit. Now I'm not fucking with that anymore, dog.
Right.
What you gonna say? No. All the work is with her. All the people are with you now, Shorty. Change the game. Change the game. It's the same shit we talking about for the last hour, dog. I don't have the trophy, dog. I got respect. I love my people, my soldiers who back me, but I'm not that. You know what I'm saying? There are cats in bigger positions. LL is in that position. You got a full radio station. If you say, yo, man, no more ratchet shit on the goddamn radio, that's the end of it, dog. We're going to tell you no. It's yo shit. Stevie Wonder did that shit for years. You ain't never heard no ratchet shit on KJLH, dog. In California, Los Angeles, it was forbidden to play ratchet shit on Stevie Wonder's motherfucking station, bro. Where is that kind of integrity exists right now with the people with money? Shorty got the trophy. Press her. All her audience press her. Yo, my daughter can't fuck with you, Shorty, because you curse too much. You talking about fuck you, suck my dick, this, that, and the other. I need some shit where I can leave the album with my child and get inspired. Why not?
Right.
Why not? What's bigger than that?
Change the game.
Come on, dog. Come on, dog. It's the time to press them. The people that are not savage need to press that girl and say, yo, man, we love you to death, but you got to chill out, man. You bugging out in here. I'm no longer on my daughter anymore. I'm on a grandchild that see you on the screen looking like her and like, damn, they don't understand how impressionable that shit is, bro. If you leave them kids by themselves and just watch from around the corner and you see them twerking like a grown motherfucking person talking the wildest shit. You know how it was as a young person. You was waiting for your first time to curse and talk shit and be that motherfucker or whatever. And now what? Now what we looking at? You gonna go get the trophy and you still gonna be a slave?
Yeah, man.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, powerful points, man. That you ain't the one, like, you know, and it's you know, like there's others, like you said, there are others that could be doing something, and you know, I mean, people look out for themselves, you know. I mean, people, you know, look, and that's consciousness. People aren't even thinking, maybe even thinking that shit. So, you know,
Yeah, man.
Know.
Because they're not really conscious, man. They really just want to be MC Fresh. You know what I mean? I have to check that in artists as well. I develop artists, my lord, and I have to get the bug out of them, because if you still trying to be, yo, I want to be like LL with the rope chain and all that other shit, nigga, no, man, your purpose is different now, dog. Right. Your purpose is different now. You ain't got no time for that. You ain't got no time for that, dog. I'm sorry. It's not happening. You got a higher purpose, man. We got to find out how to start this food bank, or, you know, we were just talking about that the other day, getting fresh food in school, all this processed food that's happening in these classes. Why aren't we doing concerts to put fresh food in the school? These kids are evaporating mentally, eating processed food all day. You're gonna hate on the McDonald's, but you're gonna eat McDonald's 2.0 in the lunchroom. Right. You're not processing that. What the fuck? And niggas look at me like I'm crazy. Come on, dog. I told the dude, yo, man, I'm representing the fucking veterans, the black veterans. And I said, well, what about the veterans who were in the black nationalist movement? What about them? I'm sitting there celebrating the U.S. Army and Marines and all this other shit. I said, what about the niggas who stayed in the streets and tried to help the people? And they get quiet in the room.
Oh.
This is crazy. You don't even understand what I go through behind closed doors, dog, with my projects, man. It's crazy. I know my manager's laughing right now listening to this right now. She goes through crazy shit with me because, dog, I can blow the deal. And being right, I can blow the deal. You know what I'm saying? Labels don't want you to be complicated. They want you to be like simple. Sign this, nigga, and go ahead and do your little Pied Piper shit, man, and let's see if it sticks to the wall. They don't want you trying to change the school system and get kids wise and all this other shit, nigga. They don't want none of that. The music game is not built for that. How dare I come and try to change the game with my little bullshit? So I gotta build my own, dog. I've been saying that on this show since we started, dog. We have to build our own. Yeah. If you talk about that, you gotta be totally sovereign in order to do this. That means you gotta have bread. Niggas who saying fuck the system, it's hard to make bread, dog. It's hard to make bread. Straight up and down. Yeah. But these niggas will buy millions of dollars. Nigga bought the whole block in Manhattan. I see all this money being spent, dog. 50 cars in the lot. Nobody look back and say, yo, man, what happened to them conscious niggas back then, man? Let's get like a conscious Def Jam going on, nigga. I like to just see a whole roster of niggas. Not one. Even the conscious niggas who got money ain't doing it, dog. Yeah. I talk about this in the documentary. My documentary is gonna blow niggas' wig back, bro. I can't wait. I just got tired of it. This is the only place that I voice some of the shit that I'm putting on this fucking film, family. You know, and I told you that when we started. I was like, I can do this for a little bit, man, but I'm really working on some real serious shit. And God bless that I've had the time to be here. It's such controversy behind the curtain, because even in producing the pilot, it looks like I'm a terrorist or something just for thinking positive to these people, fam. Right. And I'm ashamed of these people, man. Shame on some of these niggas running these brands, bro. Fuck them all. You know what I'm saying? You'd rather buy catalogs from people that are down on their luck I see them take advantage of underground artists every day. Some of the most creative artists in the world, you'd rather buy his album from him and give him some bullshit chump change, okay? And then sell their shit elsewhere and do minimum marketing to their project. Make it look like a flop and then put it on the shelf and wait for Universal to buy it from you, okay? And you got 20 niggas in a row. So all your favorites are now sitting on the shelf and somebody got rent money for the next 6 months. And after that rent money run out, what they gonna do? Smoke crack, bounce from couch to couch. How many cats you know that's doing that, family?
Right.
You know I ain't bullshit.
Nah, facts, man. That's all truth, though. That's all truth. That's why I'm sitting here like.
And I tried to build a house for these niggas, and my people looking at me like, why are you trying to house all these niggas? Because that's original creativity. I don't know too many underground niggas that's biting off motherfuckers like clones. Some of the most, you know what I'm saying? Some of the most original cats doing music, period, fuck rap. And you got them on their last because there's no market for them. They don't even have a title for the genre that they represent. But then you go to them talking about, yo, let me get your old album and whatever you have new, I'll give you this chump change for this. And you go sell their records off in Poland or some shit overseas. Got these niggas doing shows in these little pubs and shit, nigga. While corny niggas are performing on big stage. How the fuck a Scarlett get fucking placed at the 50th goddamn shit at Yankee Stadium before a real nigga from New York get on that goddamn stage? Get the fuck out of here, family. Trash.
Trash. Brother Jay, on one. We about to get ready to get on out of here. We got another show in about a half hour. So this has been great, man. I'm glad you shared some stuff that, perspectives I didn't even think you had, and stuff like that. I appreciate you always, your candor, just being brutally honest and just keeping it 1,000. So great build, family.
Thank you, family.
Always. So everybody, this has been episode 44, Constant Elevation. All of our prior episodes are on the Carrying the Culture YouTube channel. You can get that by checking out the link in our profile. And obviously rock with Brother Jay. Documentary on the way. Make sure you keep your eyes open for that. And we're back the first Wednesday of every month. So we'll be back first Wednesday in April. So thank you, man.
Peace to the God. Thank you for the opportunity again to build, man. I thank you for keeping this platform up, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not as consistent as you, nigga. I be doing 50 things. And I thank you for keeping this open so I can talk to my people, man, so they can know the temperature, man. I appreciate you, family.
No, and I appreciate your consistency over it's been like 3 or 4 years or so. I can't remember, but no, at least 3 years we've been doing this show. So, and I, both very busy. And so it's, it goes to show like we do what's important. I mean, this is important to me. I get a lot out of this personally and stuff like that too. So, and I think other people get something out of it. So, it's good. I think we're, in our way, just by having the conversations about in a raw way that we do, just helpful, So,
And peace to
we keep it moving.
People holding it down for us. I see them in the comments, man. It's just be scrolling fast, but I see them. Give thanks for them stepping in and fucking with us, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate them solid, man.
Yeah, no, we appreciate everybody and all the comments and stuff like that. And we do this again every month, first Wednesday of each month. So salute y'all. We rocking with Save the Hip Hop Culture. In 15 minutes on another platform, we're talking rap and graffitis. So, all right, fam, we'll talk to you soon. All right.
Respect, family. 100.
Peace. All right, be good.